The following is reserved for the unemployed and the respective subcategories of the unemployed. If you do not fall under these categories, your sanity will be greatly affected by the end of this video. Anyways, the story I'm going to talk about is deranged and is what most people call not that deep. But it's really us oligarchs at the top who will turn those not that deep moments into some whatever long YouTube video. Anyways, it was the 8th of June. The sun was up, and of course, my Wi-Fi speed was at least 100 megabits per second download, and let's go. Of course, we start the story just like all the great epics in history. A chess game in the Chess in the Park Discord activity bar. Yeah. Now, I challenged to someone to a chess game, or someone challenged me. I don't know. It's really not that important, except it is for some reason. Anyways, I hop on this Chess in the Park Discord thing and play the chess game. I was playing with the black pieces, and I played an opening known as the Ruy Lopez. Hold up, I'm going too fast. Let's like zoom out a bit. Um, I am a seasoned player around a rating of 1400, although the last time I actually grinded rating was a year ago. Nowadays, I mostly just play people who are a lot better than me. And let's talk about my opponent for a second. They're a relative beginner. I mean, they don't even have a rating, or at least didn't for the past like 50% of their life. Now, during this game, it's a regular chess game. I'm playing chess. I'm really just doing it for the fun. Except during this game, I was very suspicious of a lot of things. There were some unusual moves being made that not many beginners would spot. Um, Also gave like such a huge advantage, through some sneaky tactic. Now, normally you find these moves by grinding tactics for like days and years on end. But a relative beginner finding these tactics not just once, like several times in a row, that is suspicious. And this game was a 38 move game. It didn't even end in checkmate. It ended in like me losing because forfeiting because I got so cooked. Anyways, it wasn't me losing that made me suspicious. It's unorthodox moves that somehow gave him the favor. Anyways, I am suspicious of this game, so I did what any normal person would do. I would run it through a report because, I want to make sure, they weren't cheating and all that, right? So I ran it through a report, and here's what the report says. That's a 92 accuracy, by the way. A 92% accuracy is considered one of the best in the world. It's comparable to some of the best players who've ever played this game, and a rating of 2500 is considered at the level of international masters. Now, for a relatively new player to be reaching this, and the only game that you play them, that too, it's a 38 move game. Like, see, you could always make the argument that, oh, they must have gotten lucky. That's always a possibility. You know, I would think that as well if it wasn't a freaking 38 move game. There are almost endless move opportunities in a chess game, and to choose one of the top three moves every time is incredibly improbable. There are more chess positions than there are atoms in the universe. The amount of possible positions explodes rapidly. 20 for the first move, 400 possible positions after the first full turn, and over 300 billion possible positions after just four moves. Now, let's run through all the evidence, shall we? Ooh, 4 times 5. I'm so good. 3.4 seconds. I'm like him with that. Anyways, all the evidence that I noticed, a 2500 rating game, a 92 accuracy, 38 move game. This is 38 moves on each side, not just white or and black combined. It's 38 for each side, so it's like a total of 38 times 2 moves, which is like, I don't know, 76. I'm not great at math. Um, they don't have a rating. That is suspicious. They don't even know what an engine is. And then they said they randomly guessed a lot of moves. This is likely impossible due to there being almost a quadrillion ways the game could have gone. And the time she spent between the moves took like, what, 20 seconds on average. This is like sporadic, like, see, if you're thinking of a move, you're low-key not thinking of a single move. You're thinking of a sequence of moves, something that could, possibly give you an advantage. But when you spend 20 seconds, even when the person falls for your trap on every move, now sure, that could be just a careful planning. Except they're a beginner. This isn't normal, guys. Like, even if she wasn't a beginner, even if she was like a 1500, that's still suspicious. You let them fall into a trap. You're supposed to think those stuff beforehand. And another time, a guy who was watching the chess game, uh, kind of pointed out a move, and then he's like, "Yo, why'd you not play that move?" And my opponent was like, "Yo, it's because the queen who was hanging." Except the queen wasn't hanging. It was like, first of all, you didn't have to take with the queen. There was like another pawn that you could take it with, which was literally what he was referring to. Second of all, even if you took it with the queen wasn't hanging. Yo, like you can't be walking your way to a 2500 rating and also not know how the queen moves. Um, you've heard this yap from me. Let's see what some of the experts or like some of the better people say. Um, well. This person is a 2500 rating online, 2150 FIDE. They say, yeah, it's pretty valid to assume cheating. Um, 2100 rating online, 1900 FIDE. Now I got proof that they are cheating, which is close to like 99.9% accurate. Again, they could be extremely lucky, but the amount of luck they need is close to winning the lottery over several times over. Like any rational person seeing this amount of like validity is enough to like believe it. This is like less of an uncertainty bar than like some of the NASA calculations. Now, before I confront them and point out that they're cheating, I want to test them a bit, I got to ask them some questions, So, I obviously asked them, are you using an engine? Oh, what's that? Okay, so they don't know what an engine is. So now they're just lying. I guess I'll report my findings, and just expose them. Again, cheating is not the issue here. It's the lying. Like they could cheat and they could say that they cheated. I wouldn't care. It's a casual chess game. Of course, if you say you're cheating and oh my god, man, like who are we doing, bro? Like, let me record my video, man. Anyways, cheating isn't the issue here. It's it's the lying after the cheating. Like you could cheat on me, I wouldn't matter much if it's a casual game. If you cheat on me and it's tourney, it's a different thing. Anyways, um, WTF is happening. I'm being accused of cheating on this game. No one's accused you yet. Why? Because you're good. I just asked whether or not you were. Y'all have like 7 times. No, I've literally only asked once. You just feel the need to always be right. No offense, but you had a rating of 2,500. Like even the people who are watching the game figure out this is suspicious. And here's like an AI report. Now, I don't trust AI too much. Like if I'm using an AI report, it's normally to back up what I already know. But if you guys don't believe my words or the other people I've said, here's a Google AI summary. Anyways, now after this entire drama ended or was nearing the end, this person sent this. Now, if you asked me how instead of accusing, I would have simply explained. But I had two people telling me the moves. They were on phones, all that stuff. So they got assistance from a friend. Is that not blatantly cheating? What? Like, but like, who is shooting me? What? Like, is there a sniper over there? Oh, hell no. Anyways, you're using a friend who is likely better than you to play in a game that you are doing. That's like that's close to cheating on a lot of games. Definitely chess. That's definitely one of them. Like, if you get your brother and be like, "Yo, you're like a 2000, can you help me beat this tournament?" That's definitely cheating, by the way. Anyways, even though this isn't like, even though you don't think that this is blatant cheating, you would have mentioned it. Okay, if you got exposed and called out, you would have at least mentioned it. But no, they said, "Yo, if you just asked me, then I would have told you." But guess what? Other people did ask her at that time. Like this is a screenshot of the guy asking him, and she just didn't say anything. I mean, you put it like this, and it makes sense. They were trying to get attention and cover up for their tracks instead of committing to lying. I suppose they fell under the sunk cost fallacy, digging a deeper hole, hoping that the surface light would never reach the parts that dwell in the midnight. However, my determination to prove them wrong will always reach farther than the surface light they so desperately tried to avoid. Oh, yay, gold. What happened? There we go. I love gold. Anyways, this is going on, but what happened next is the main reason I'm actually making a video about all this. So, I exposed someone for cheating. So why am I the one getting attacked? Like, yo, if you're cheating, that's on you, man. Like, you're the one cheating. I exposed you for it. Now why am I the one getting attacked? Guys, it's not that serious, bro. I'm saying we don't need to do a whole game analysis over some good moves. Wasn't some good moves, pal. It was the entire game. Those who have their mind set on evil will see it as the only option, regardless of its validity. Regardless of its validity, that was 99.9% like validity from me and from like many others. I'm really not here to explain all the stuff again. If you want to, you can reread it. I did. All of a sudden, it was an extremely good match. What? I mean, if you're gonna argue back, at least know what you're saying because that's not what it said at all. Not everyone plays online, bro. Dog, you don't know her background though. Because I don't play chess, but I know the chess scene. Wait, what? How do you not play chess but know the chess scene and all the fair play stuff? Whatever. Best not to think about it. Flawed logic will rot your brain. So, dude, you're not in a tourney, so it has to be a tournament to matter. So cheating is not rude. Yes? Question mark. Guys, cheat all you want, guys. It's in the Constitution or something. Because as long as it's not in a tourney, let's go. I'm about to auto clicker on like the 5 people who are online. Let's go. Anyways. I'm not calling you stupid or nothing, and I do understand chess and how good chess.com is, but you don't know the person on the other end, and you can't know whether they are cheating. Now, you know what? This person keeps mentioning about background and not knowing the person at the other end. I think I've been shown some mercy by not talking about the person at the other end or their background. But you know what? If you so desperately want me to cover their background, then I'll do so. Now, around a month or two ago, this person claimed that they were in the hospital after doing some very stupid stuff. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want YouTube taking this video down. Um, they said the injury was at their arms. So, tell me why, if their injury was at their arms and they lost a lot of blood, were they messaging on Discord almost daily? And then, while they were in the hospital, in the midst of all this, they say they were going to the therapist. I mean, I know some hospitals have therapists, but like, yo, what? That's pretty suspicious, even the way she like said that. Um, Now here's the thing. I'm bringing this up not because I like believe that she was faking her being in the hospital or anything. Because like, you know what? Being in the hospital and faking that, I'll only go so far as to expose that if I believe it's 100% true. Because the hospital is like pretty deep. Um. Now, what I want to bring up on right here is the fact that these suspicious activities by her have been done time and time again. This is not something new. Like, if you look into this background thing, you're only going to get evidence that supports that she's cheating. Now, to random passerbys, it's going to seem weird why there was a 2-hour discussion about chess. Now, first of all, whether it was a Discord chess or whatever, it's still chess. The fact that it's casual chess doesn't really matter. Cheating is cheating anyways, and failure to acknowledge that is even more lame. And it wasn't really 2 hours. I think I was playing Cookie Clicker in the middle. 2 hours ago was like when the chess game started. A bunch of things happened in that time. Run the report takes like 30 minutes of itself, because like, guess what? This Chess in the Park Discord thing deletes like the last 5 moves. So I had to use some share button to my friend and then manually go through like every move. But it was going so fast that I had to wait for the entire cycle to repeat just to figure out the next move. Anyways, now we got into an argument about a chess game. See, it's fun to cut all the BS that people say and get straight into the point. Now, chess is a game I'm passionate about. And I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want cheaters to stain the reputation of the third biggest sports federation in the world. Well, the first is the Olympics, and you know what? Comment if you know the second one, but the third is FIDE. Um, Also, whether or not that was an argument or a failure to understand basic chess terminology is a debate to be had. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, let's say that it's an argument. Now that's basically where it ended. That's where it's supposed to end. The person that I played against left the server because of the backlash and was unable to take it. That's where stories are supposed to end. Except it didn't. I took a break from the internet. I go make a snack, eat it, and watch the World Cup games. There's the World Cup's going on. That's like something that's happening. Now, in that time I was gone, this happened. Oh man, a whole lot of vote kick started. I mean, some other important background to mention is that this Bree person is close friends with the owner of the server and all the mods. So it was basically common knowledge that if you try to expose their cheating friend, they would come back at you with whatever they could. Now, this wasn't the first screenshot I had of this. As a guy who just randomly joined the server and wasn't a day oneer of this exclusive Discord server, 4 votes was good enough for me, man. I can always rest under the shade and look at the setting sun. Or I could poke the bear. Yeah, we want drama here. We don't want some lame guy leaving the server because they couldn't handle a bit of backlash. Oh wait, that sounds like someone else. Anyways, let's run through the messages that happened while I was watching that World Cup, shall we? I'm not snitching on anyone, but someone asked me to do it. Remember this. It will come up later. Remember, I'm gonna have a problem with the people who will Bree. If you aren't voting Bree, you're weird. I mean, see, this guy can say the same thing the other guy is, except he's not trying to act tough while saying it. So, okay, so basically the Cybernova guy can't take a loss. Good to know. Ah, yes, because it's definitely the lying. It definitely care about the loss. Not the lying that happened. Definitely all that. Okay, if everything Hyper said was true, then Bree was definitely cheating. I wouldn't take a loss to a potential cheater either, man. If you can't take someone getting mad at you on the internet, and you're going to cry about it this much, you have your own problems to figure out. See, these are people who actually read this stuff and know how to choose a side. Again, when you put it like this, the other people that are going to support Bree are people she's friends with. Why? Because she's got friends that would support her no matter what she does, even when it's like, cheating in a chess game and leaving the Discord server because you can't handle a bit of backlash. You know, and whether that's a good thing or not is going to depend on the individual, but it's definitely not going to make this vote kick thing easier on me. And if Bree was cheating, Hyper has every right to call her out. See, this is a good question, man, and we're all wondering the same thing. Why the hell would you cheat if it's a freaking casual match? Bree voted you, so you should go vote for her, by the way. I'm not voting here. See, here's the thing about me, okay? Um, I don't think there should be. I don't think I should vote in the vote kick. Like, just because someone turned this into real life Among Us or whatever, we know damn well I'm not voting to kick myself. So like, why even vote? I'm not on the jury, and I don't have a reason to be on the jury. I'd rather keep my morals intact and get kicked out of the server than like vote. I think it's lame to do that, and I think we just gotta like be reasonable. The only reason to kick Hyper is that he contradicts the name of the server. The only idiot here is the one who created the poll. No need to further push it. Just don't play chess. Plain and simple. You know, the simplest stuff can have a massive impact on someone's mental health. Now imagine if you argue with someone and they commit something because your dumbass can't bear a loss. Now, if you're going through everything I said, then responding to this is like, I don't need to because I've already said it. But you know what? I'll do it again. It's not the cheating that I care about, it's the freaking line. And if someone can't bear being exposed and being called out like that, then we're looking at the wrong guy to blame. Like, don't be on Discord. This guy says it the best, and I'm gonna tell all of you guys behind the screens. The internet is a terrible place, and if you value your mental health, or if you have an unstable one, then forget about cheating. Don't engage in conversations with people you don't know. Now, in this scenario, I really do wish Noah's mental health got impacted when they got called out and exposed for cheating. But there's nothing that I'll change about myself, whether they're the most stablest human being or the most sensitive one. You're in Discord, and you should know what goes on in there. I'm the fire. How bro felt after saying that. How bro felt after saying that. Can we ban this guy for being useless? Be nice. Ah, yes, because of all the responses, the one against your friend is the one you have to step in for. It ain't this deep, son. Ah, yes, because when you got a freaking vote kick on you, it's really not that deep, you know? If it's enough for 8 people to, like, simultaneously be talking about it, then it has to be deep. Because, like, what? I don't care who you are, I don't care what your zodiac sign is, and I definitely don't care if you believe the yellow guy in Midnight Motors being William Afton or not. Saying something isn't deep adds nothing at all to a conversation. This part I gotta mention because, you know, doxing is a bad thing. But, first off, this guy doesn't dox like normal people does. He just uses, like, information that's already out on the internet. Like, man, that's funny. But you're genuinely a horrible server owner. The layout is trash. The layout in question. Yeah, I gotta agree with the guy. I also need to point this out as well. Can we also restrict the voting to people who were in the server during or before the incident? Because, like, fairness and stuff. And you must be wondering, yeah, this makes sense, right? Like, restrict the voting to people who were there before the server had this argument, so we'll figure out who to kick, you know? So tell me why this XQ City guy got a freaking alt account or a friend. I don't even know. He got his friend to join the server on that day, and that friend literally has done nothing else but vote against me. Like, yo, play. That's literally playing dirty, man. Like, if you're gonna play dirty, that means anyone else can too. And like, you see my level 399 Prestige 4 VIP tag on the Aeon Pitfall Minecraft server is enough to amass a large group of bandits to raid the server and flip the vote in my favor. You know. In all seriousness, though, it's lame to add people just then to the server for a vote. I mean, the server owner just lies here. It's not even his alt account. It's a whole new guy, but like whatever floats to vote. The alt accounts can vote and they would count, I guess. Like, what? Also, can we like look at the evolution of the human species for a second? Around 250,000 years ago, Homo sapiens first walked the earth, and they migrated to places such as Asia and North America from Africa, developing means of technology such as the usage of fire or writing systems. These early humans have built society on top of wood and stones, and now we have schools and education centers that help us reach our potential of intelligence. And yet, even with all these, we got people like this still running around. Everyone who voted for this guy has been here longer than him. No, welcome to the server. It says June 8th on there. Everything happened on June 8th, by the way. 2024, by the way. Bro, 2024 is referring to the time when he made his Discord account, not when he joined the server. Like, what? If he made an alt, then wouldn't the Discord be made today? There's absolutely nothing backing this claim up other than 206 bones of himself and the 206 bones of his friend. Also, who the hell makes the alt account 4 hours after their main? I don't know, man. People make alt accounts when it's necessary. Like, there's no corporate protocol as to when you need to make alt accounts. Like, what? And I'm in the poll, and I'm debating on closing it, and just telling you two to ignore each other because I'm tired. And yeah, here we go. We got confirmation that the person who made the poll is the owner. None of the people who were represented in the vote actually wanted it. It was forced. And here's the thing. If you were planning on closing the poll even though you created it, that means you really got no sense of accountability. The impulsivity here led you to create this poll that no one asked for and lead your own server into a civil war. Now, unable to deal with this extremely unpredictable outcome, like, guys, what? It's a civil war? Yo, what could I cause to fight this? I don't get it, man. Then you decide to close the poll, because what? You couldn't look 2 seconds into the future as to what the effects of your cause. Hypercrime, by the way. Yeah. They're literally making anything up right now. Anything to fuel their ego, it seems. There's accusing of cheating with basically zero proof. Zero proof. Zero proof, he says. Oh boy. 250,000 years of Homo sapien evolution, all for this guy to say zero proof. Like, you got parents, grandparents, and like generations of grandparents all leading up to like your eventual birth, and you say zero proof. Like, yo, you could just like back up the video and figure out where I said the proof, bro. I do wonder though, are people normally this dumb? Like, most of my viewers are smart, and definitely smarter than whatever this is. Is this normal? Was it chess.com? What was their accuracy? 92, and the rating given was 2500. LMFAO. They said zero proof, by the way. Stupid queer. Like, damn, guys, that's an impressive comeback. Can we like rate this one out of 10, guys? Like, was this effective or not? You know what? I would have explained that if I wasn't scared to defend myself all the time. Oh boy, now we got a contradiction here. We got a different reasoning for why. Initially, they said it's because no one asked them to explain, even though people did. But now it's because they're too scared? Like, stick to one story, man. I already dropped the MCU at the multiverse arc. I ain't doing this parallel dimension thing again. Been there, done that, it sucks. It's not 2500 elo, gang. Dude, you don't know. Sheesh, bro. So why are people who lack chess knowledge talking about not knowing stuff? Like, I must have missed something. TS not tough, LMAO. Wait, huh? Why is Timmy Tough Knuckles talking about TS not being tough? Wait, never mind. I can't even call him that because there's another guy named Timmy Tough Knuckles. Then stop crying about her winning. See, they keep on mentioning crying. You know why? Because they really can't say anything meaningful unless they have to make it up. It's called fabrication, you know. For the record, I did not cry over the chess game. Why are they saying I did? They made it up. That's absolutely crazy, and no hyperbole I make will absolutely like portray how crazy this is. But all I'll say is that's lame, and I'll leave it there. You don't need to use your meaningful words to reply to their meaningless one. You know what? That's low-key a life lesson right there. Yeah, I kind of have to like censor this one, but you know, I think bro got rage baited. Um, I'm not gonna like reply to this whole thing. You see how he says the part about like who has no love and family. Same guy, by the way, same guy. Now, why is the guy sending a snip of the other guy? Because the other guy got muted. Now, something to explain. This James guy is the online boyfriend of the owner. One lives in Iowa and the other lives in the UK. This is an old friend of a guy that we contacted. Now, you can online date all you want, but I'm gonna clown you for it because I can, and I think it's lame that just because we're gonna ignore that guy. Just because you can't find a girlfriend in real life, you have to stick to the online chats. And like, he's still getting clowned for it by his online girlfriend. Anyways, the vote was closed at this. Yeah, I bet you didn't expect it to tie, you know? Well, not only that, but that random guy that XQ City guy added, his vote also got counted, so it's technically like 9-10 in my favor. And, I didn't vote either. That's cool, right, guys? Also, my friend with a cool name, the guy's girlfriend, and also this guy who was supporting me from the start, didn't vote. If they did, then I would likely be winning 9-13, or 9-14 if I ended up vote anyways. So that was close, and then they deleted it. Why? Because their friend was going to get voted out. So what did they do? They closed the poll. They deleted it. They didn't even close it. I had to like use Vencord to find like some deleted version of this thing. Anyways, see this guy? This guy Aether Void. Uh, he's got every reason to go on like a revenge arc. He used to be helper on the server until it got taken away because they wanted to reduce the number of staff on the server. You know. Except that was just a lie. They gave it to this Bree person instead. You know, the same person that cheats and lies. Yeah, poor guy, man. Like he's genuinely a nice guy, but like, damn.